Hi, Kelly.
Hello, hi, good evening.
Okay, wow, thank you very much coming on live with me. Okay, first and foremost, good evening to everybody. Can you all hear us? Okay, if you all can hear us, can you all just put inside the comment yes? And for those who are coming on live with us, can you also help us share this event so that we can benefit more people, we can let more people come in as well. Probably your friends, your relatives would like to hear from us, from Kelly. Can you just help us share inside your Facebook, inside your personal Facebook? Okay. Kelly, how are you?
Good. Long time no see, but we every day see online.
You are. How 紧张吗?
Yeah, 紧张. Life getting busier during this circuit breaker.
Anyway, how is
life
life after like government announced about we are going to leave this circuit breaker, okay? Then they say that we are going into phase 1, okay? Most of us are still not going back to work soon, okay? How is this going to impact us? Have you thought of it?
I think it's expected somehow because when you see like how Malaysia actually extend their circuit breaker periods, all this, yeah. So yesterday when government announced that it's overall everyone are impacted. Yeah, everyone are impacted. I mean you feel negative or you feel very demoralized or also can't do much thing, but life to go on and we really have to treat this as a golden period for us to pick up as much thing as possible. So maybe like another 1 month, 1 more month for us. Is it 1 more month? Is that?
I don't know. Yesterday when they announced, I actually went to listen their conference. They say phase 1 will be at least a few weeks. Okay, so I think when they say a few weeks, to me I think it's at least 3 to 4 weeks
2 to 4 weeks. Wow.
I think so.
1 more month.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree with you. Everybody's life is somehow affected. Yeah. So everybody continue stay positive. I think we can write this through. But how is this going to impact into people who are investing property? What do you think? This is going to be something whereby the market, okay, how is it going to affect the market? How is it favorable to investors out there?
I think our Singapore governments they really did a very good job. Yeah, coming out with a lot of like investment or property relief at this moment. It's like those for example those mortgage loans relief for the next 6 months during this circuit breaker periods, all these. So it actually does help us a lot. Help us as an investor a lot because I mean, buying investment, the most important point is you have the power to hold. Yeah, you have the holding power. Yeah, holding power. So with that, because during these few months we can't work, and I believe a lot of business owner they can't work at all. Then business are affected. All this. So with this relief, like we can don't need to pay the mortgage installment as well as the interest for until end of this year. It's actually a good thing for a lot of property owner. Yeah.
I think this is good, okay, but I also think that a lot of investors out there are not aware of this thing. Do you
They're
think?
not aware?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So maybe we should actually reach out to them and let them know more.
And
That's why.
exactly like the interest rate part, okay, we have been shouting out so loudly on social media that they encourage our customers to go and do a refinancing because interest rate actually dropped. But there's a lot of people who are sitting on high interest rate and they refuse to do something about it.
Oh, okay. So they refuse or they are not aware?
They don't know what to do. They just can't be bothered.
Oh, I actually help a few of my buyer or clients refinance their package, and they actually can save like a few hundred, which can work out to be like maybe 8,000 to 10,000 in a year. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is I would say that it's a great saving. Yeah. 有的省嘛, right?
Yeah. 能省则省啊。
能省则省，对。
Hey, before I continue to introduce about Kelly, I just want to ask Kelly, you know, recently there's this very hot topic in our industry, in the property industry. Hey, how many of you viewers out there, you actually heard of a buyer that came out in the news that bought a 5-room HDB? Okay, how much is it, Kelly?
More than 1 million, right? 1.25?
1.23 million.
1.23, wow, okay.
HDB 41st floor at Pinnacle. Okay.
It's always a very hot location.
Always very hot. In fact, if I'm not wrong, when I did my research, there's like more than 40 units in this Pinnacle that transact more than $1 million. 40 people willing to pay more than $1 million buy a public housing HDB. I just want to ask your point of view, being an investor. What do you see this transaction? How do you see this transaction?
Wow. Okay. I think for buyer who buy that location or for buyer who buy that property, definitely probably they will have their own preference. Like for example, they like this location a lot, or you know, they die must buy this location, then they need the size. That's why they will go into it. If not, there are so much choices with this 1.25 million budget. So we can actually easily buy a private property already. Why are they actually putting their money into HDB? Do they not aware of like what are the pro and con of HDB or what? So I felt that the reason why they actually go into it is they have their own personal reason. They prefer that location or at least at this moment of their lifetime. Yeah. I mean, for me, from the investor point of view, if I am given a choice with my 1.25 million budget, I think I will buy private property rather than this HDB.
I also want to ask the viewer who are watching, okay, if you are given an opportunity, you can buy a property up to 1.23, 1.25 million. Yeah. Will you buy a HDB or will you buy a private property? Can you just type in the comments below, HDB or private? Can you just type it inside?
Let us take a look. What is the poll?
So I think it's very interesting. I think it's really like what you say, personal reason. That's why this buyer went into this 1.3 million transaction. Yeah, but I ask you, that 10 years down the road, okay, never mind, 10, 15 years down the road, what do you think this property HDB will be worth then?
Okay, maybe I can. I recall real life story I mean, from my ex-colleague, because back then I just come out to work. 什么都不懂, I don't know anything. So I talked to them, you know, about their house, about why are they actually staying at that location and so on and so on. So one of my colleagues who stay in Bishan, she shared with me that why is she still staying at Bishan after so many years? Because when she bought that Bishan property, because Bishan last time is very hot location. Am I right?
Now also very
hot. Yeah, okay, because it's very central. Yeah. So when she bought that HDB, it's actually at the peak of the property cycle, 1997. So after so many years, I asked her, hey, why are you not selling your HDB? Because she told me that because I buy at a peak. So I am at a loss now. I'm at a loss at all. So cannot sell at all because the price has depreciated and not even come up to that price, the price that she purchased at all. So I felt that it's like sometimes when we buy a property, we might need to value a little bit like what is our risk? Well, the property, what is our chances of exit this property? I mean, even though for now we really fall in love with this property, we really like it so much, but what is the chance for us to exit this property in a 5 year to 10 years time down the road?
So what do you think? I want to ask you, in 10 to 15 years time, this Pinnacle 1.23 million 5-room 41st floor is very high, right? What do you think then 10 to 15 years down the road, this HDB will be worth?
10 to 15 years down the road. Okay, if you look at the Singapore markets, Singapore property market trends, you can see that our property trends has been always going up. So if is always uptrend, and the private property have appreciated so much more. I believe this HDB, they will still have a demand. You can see that for now, there is like more than 40 over buyer who are willing to buy a unit more than 1 million property there. Maybe in 5 to 10 years time down the road, 10 to 15 years down the road, another 100 to 200K, I think is possible. Yeah.
100 to 200K, yeah, okay. So I also want to ask the viewers, what do you think in 10 to 15 years time, this Pinnacle, how much would it be worth? Okay, maybe we just type inside the comment below. If you're somebody who are watching and you bought a Pinnacle above $1 million, you're that 40 over buyers, don't get us wrong. We are not trying to say that it is correct or wrong, right? Everybody buy house for different reason. Okay, there's a lot of people who wants to buy and stay in a house. Their priority is never about making money. We have got such people that we meet during our area of work. Okay, there's people who want to stay near parents. They want to be near their children's school to their workplace. Okay, whatever we are sharing in terms of pricing is always in terms of investment point of view. If you don't put your 1.23 million in HDB, if you put in something else, okay, and we let these two property go 10 to 15 years down the road, the question to us, we are always wondering is which one will potentially make the investors more money. Okay, so I remind you, we are always coming from an investment point of view. Kelly, anything else to share about this Pinnacle HDB?
I think I saw some of the audience input that was talking about like most of the buyer who buy the HDB few years back from resale market, now they are mostly selling at a loss. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you buy 4 or 5 years ago resale market, yeah, now most of them have not made money. Yeah. Anyway, let me formally introduce Kelly, since most of them have already came in. I realize every time I do Facebook Live, only at this timing we will have a bit more people. In the afternoon, probably people are busy with work, busy with children. Okay, so if you want to learn from Kelly, or you want to make more money by understanding about wealth creation through property, can you just help us share this event out there if you want to make more money? Okay, so that Kelly will come out and share more if you all share this event. Okay, in fact, I know Kelly, wow, so long already. Okay, more than 10 years. In fact, I know her in 2009. Okay, through our work. Okay, back then I remember the 2 kids that she's having was still pushing
Baby,
baby pram, still pushing the 2 babies. Today the babies, one going secondary school, one already in secondary school. Yeah, so I recently attended training with your son some more. I attended training with your son. Unbelievable. Okay, so you see Kelly, you know she very smart one, right? She can study very well one. So she actually got the master degree, okay, from NUS and NTU, right? Both, right?
NUS for master degree.
NUS for master degree.
Mm.
Okay. Then you joined the business since 2009. So now you have got about 11 years experience. You focuses on wealth creation, helping your customers grow their money, okay, through property investment. Okay, I think since you help so many people make so much money, I think we also want to hear from you lah. Okay, so if you want to hear from Kelly, okay, I would like to invite Kelly to share your own personal journey in terms of investing. Okay, maybe you share with everybody about your own personal journey. How has it been for you? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Dad, for your introduction. Yeah, actually, the reason why I come online together with Dad for today's sharing is I felt that my profile together with my husband's you know, how we actually build our real estate journey all this while is actually quite common. So out there are a lot of couple like us. So, but are they actually doing the same thing, or do they really realize that what they can actually do or similarly like us? Okay, that is the reason why I'm here to share my journey, my experience with all of you all tonight. Yeah. So allow me to share a little bit on myself. Okay, I'm going to share my screen on presentation slide.
Okay. You share screen first. Yeah.
Okay, can see?
Can.
Can, oh, okay. Okay, how I started off with my first houses, first house. So basically, me and my husband Mark, when we graduate from NTU, back then I'm a undergrad, okay, in NTU. So we graduate from NTU, so we started off to buy our first property. Okay, that is a HDB resale property, yeah, in Choa Chu Kang. Yeah, so for the price of 220K in year 2002. And if you ask me, hey Kelly, why are you buying HDB flat back then? I can only tell you because I don't know anything. So my sister buy HDB, so I buy HDB. My sister buy Choa Chu Kang, so I buy Choa Chu Kang. So I really don't know why I buy Choa Chu Kang HDB.
220,000 back in 2002. This time I'm still in my poly. Okay. This is a 5-room or a 4-room flat or what?
It's a 4-room flat. Yeah.
4-room flat cost about 220,000 back then.
Correct. It's a 4-room and corridor unit. So yeah, it's a corridor unit.
Now
so
ask you
every time
corridor unit, you will not want to stay, right?
Every time I got people walk past my house, I feel like very sian. You know, the window cannot open. You know, people will definitely walk in because when I still study my master, so during exam period, I will sit at the living hall. I will open up the window, all this. Then people will always peek inside one. So I very sian. I wanted to get rid of this house.
But you're very lucky, 220,000, you can't buy anything now.
Can't buy anything now. But back then, I just wonder. Yesterday I still asked my husband, how come we never thought of buying private property? Yeah, he did mention that yeah, private property, even though back then it's quite cheap, maybe about 500-600 for a 2-bedroom. Okay, yeah. But to us it's like double of what we buy for the HDB back then. Yeah, so we don't have that.
This monthly installment should be less than $1,000.
Yeah.
Oh,
about $1,000, and we are still young that time, so we can stretch our tenure as long as possible.
Okay, come you go on your journey.
Yeah. Okay. So what is next is like I say, even though it's our first house, even though when I sell this house, I still cry because very emo. My first house, the house that I get married, I give birth to my two children, all these. So we still proceed to sell this house in year 2008. Year 2008 at the price of 281,000. And after selling this house, we actually bought a resale condo. Resale EC back then. It haven't privatized to everyone yet. Only the PR and Singaporean can buy the just MOP 5 years house. So we bought this unit at 720K. So if you ask me, hey, 你哪里来的胆子? Where is the courage for you to make decision of buy 720K? I think because
720K cheap, what?
cheap, right? Back then it's expensive, okay? Yeah, so okay, you can see my life actually really changed from 2002 to 2008, from just single to couple, and then after that I give birth to 2 children. So as a mother, I always wanted to give the best for my kids. Okay, I want them to have a better lifestyle, more comfortable lifestyle, and property with a security guard, swimming pool, the facility, all these. So I just want all this for my children. All parents, I believe, is like that out there. Yeah, so that is the reason why we move on to this resale EC in year 2008. So we bought it at 720K with my profit of selling this HDB at 57K. So it's very little, right? It's very little. Not like nowadays people sell HDB, they can have the profit of like 200-300K or this. Okay.
Just now the pinnacle, right? That 1.23 million, that seller profit, according to 99.co, 800,000.
Wow. Okay.
The seller.
Really Jose. Yeah, okay. So maybe the next question you ask me, in year 2008, so is this the right decision? Is this the right decision, Matt? Okay, so let us take a look at year 2008. Let us take a look at the HDB performance first. Okay, so I prepared this slide for all of you to take a look. If I bought it at year 2002, okay, then I sell it at 2008, meaning that I still got a little bit of profit lah. Okay, so probably you tell me that, Kelly, you sell too early already. You sell too early already. You should sell it at year 2013. Okay, then you can profit more. Am I right to say that? Okay, but it is never a matter of like when is the right time to sell, but it is an opportunity for you to change property. So I will share with you, is this the right decision or not? Okay, so is this the right decision or not? So do you still can recall what happened in year 2008 and 2009?
As in the economic crisis, is it?
Yeah, the financial crisis. So I bought this property in this July 2008, and after that jialat, you know. That's what Asia financial crisis, this thing happened. I just keep quiet because I'm the one who want to change house. My husband always tell me, how to change house, you know, we need 30 years to fully pay our HDB. So how to change house? So I'm the one who want to change house. So when this thing happened, I realized that the price did drop a little bit. So I just keep quiet and don't want to tell him. Anna, you know.
In the living room.
Okay, so like what you say, okay, during this period of time, year 2008 and 2009, the global financial crisis happened, and the price actually dropped a lot.
63.7%. Yep.
Correct. So it drops about 63.7%. But what is next? It's actually increased for more than that. Okay. So you asked me, do I have fear during that time? Of course, okay. But the good thing is, like I mentioned just now, when you buy a property, the most important is you must have the holding power. Okay, as long as you have the holding power, you can hold on to the property. Okay, even though when the economy, when the market come down, you know, doesn't mean that you are selling at a loss. Okay, and as long as you didn't sell that property, you still own that property. Okay, you still live inside that property. So unlike like for example, you buy stock all this, so when the market crash all this, so your money can go into zero or even negative if you like what sometimes short or long I can't remember already yeah, because I'm not into this stock investment. Okay, so you can go from like rich person to broke person if you are invest in the different investment segment. So
in this part, I totally agree with you. Yeah, I think holding power is one of the best thing any investors should possess. Okay, no matter when you buy the property. Yeah, you see, like what Kelly say, you always hold on to the property, okay, until you sell it. Okay, during bad market, if you don't sell it, as long as you can persist, you can ride through the wave, right? Then this property still belongs to you. Trust me, property price, especially in Singapore, can only get higher. And if you agree with what Kelly say, the viewers out there, if you agree with what Kelly say, can you just type holding power inside the comments? Okay, at least we know you are learning something. Holding power, according to Kelly, is one of the most important thing that you should have as an investor. Right. Okay. Come, Kelly. What else?
Okay. I just recall one thing. Let me share with you on this chart again. And if you all see, I bought my first property in year 2002, and then second property in year 2008. So you notice that I always buy during crisis. So that's why now I realize that it is actually a blessing for me, because back then I'm not a property agent. I'm an engineer. Okay, so during this period of time, I am an engineer, so I don't know much about this property investment. So I still go into this property market. So am I choose the right time, I don't know. But I still choose this kind of timing. So I believe now a lot of buyers ask, is it the right time to go into property market? Okay, during
So
this.
you want to ask the viewers or not whether is it the right time to buy? And if you're looking at our live program now, Kelly is asking, do you think it's the right time to enter the market? If it is not right, can you just type no inside the comments? And if you think it is a good time to go for good deals, value buy, can you just type yes inside? Yeah, let's hear from the viewers, see whether they think it's a good time to buy now. It's also meaning to say now also crisis. Are you going to buy one property soon again? Every crisis.
Yeah, I'm planning.
Yeah.
I'll let you know soon.
Okay.
Oh God, audience asked me what am I going to buy. When I buy, I will announce to you, okay?
You buy, we do another Facebook Live.
Okay.
Then after that, after you buy your resale EC own stay already, what else happened?
Okay, what else happened? So in this 2008, I buy this resale EC. In year 2011, I sold this first private condo, making a profit of 320,000.
320,000. Okay.
And exchange it with 2 resale private property.
Okay. As in what? You sell one, buy two lah.
Yeah, sell 1 by 2, correct. Because with this amount of this cash my profit, so I'm able to buy 2 property and pay the down payment for that two property at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So but that's very fast. 2008 to 2011. That's 3 years, right?
Yeah, 3 years. 3 years time.
320,000. That means every year the property appreciated 100,000. Wow, you got very sharp eyes.
Good. So that means we have to buy during crisis.
Okay.
And you notice that so my first property, the profit is 320K. So you can see that this 320K is already more than this first HDB house. So meaning that I can downgrade, I can fully pay my house and do nothing. Okay, but do I want to choose to go back to the HDB and do nothing with this money? So I felt that every time when we sell our property and we have made some profit out of that, it is advisable to put this into the next property that will help you to make your money work harder for you. Yeah, and it is always very important for us to analyze which property will have better property appreciation. Yeah, not every property will appreciate at the same rate. Yeah, so this is what I realized lah. Okay. So how does this able to happen within the 3 years time, like making so much profit? Then what happened to the HDB back then? So you can see that from year 2008 to this year 2011, so private property actually appreciate quite a lot. Okay, and throughout all this year to 2019, you can see that for HDB price is actually almost flat and a little bit coming down. Okay, yeah. So especially from year 2013 onward, because of the cooling measure that government has imposed. Yeah. So even though these cooling measure imposed, private property are affected a little bit, but eventually the price actually do go up. So you can see that the decoupling of the trends from this HDB and private property start from here, from 2015 onwards. Okay, so how about this HDB performance from year 2008 to 2019? Okay, I always like to think back. So what if I didn't proceed to buy this private property? Like for example, I'm too worried, too fear of taking action. What happened to my this HDB? So the current market value I just checked is 360K, meaning that if I didn't sell, so today I sell it, so the property only give me a profit of 140K, and not forgetting I need to minus off the CPF accrual interest. So I don't think I have much return. I can't do anything at all. To enter the private property market at this moment. I mean, at these years. So with that, wasted about 10 years kind of like investment time. So which also means that we need to go into this private condo purchase as soon as we can.
Yeah, so a lot of people out there, they actually fully paid their HDB already, thinking that there's no more liabilities. So if you are familiar, there's this thing called the accrued interest. When you use your CPF, you are actually continuing to pay your CPF. When you sell, then you realize that actually it will eat into your cash profit. So this is sometimes something that HDB customers out there, they forgotten. Yeah, because the problem is not on the accrued interest. The problem is the value of the HDB doesn't appreciate as fast as the interest that you are paying yourself. Yeah, that's the problem. That's why there's negative sale for some of the owners who use too much CPF.
Yeah. I mean, for some of the buyer, they might say, oh, I didn't use CPF, so I don't have to worry about this accrual interest. But the thing is, just one question to yours. I mean, for those who think that, hey, I have already fully paid my HDB, I don't use my CPF, so there's no accrual interest involved. Yeah. So this question is, if you know another investment basket can help you to grow more money with the better appreciation, why not you just put your hard-earned money into another basket rather than this basket who you can see from this trend line here, the price is stagnant and even coming down. Yeah. So like one of our minister of this MND also mentioned that since 1995, there's only 4% of the HDB get the chance to go this selective en bloc. Yeah. So I felt like you buy HDB maybe from the point of like you want to rent out this house every month, collect the rental, that is possible but in terms of like capital appreciations, I think the chances is actually quite slim. Yeah.
But very funny, Singaporeans always got this mindset, because when I meet a lot of customers, they always think their HDB will go en bloc because their HDB is old already. And this is a myth that's passed down from generation to generation, you know. Everybody think old HDB will go on en bloc under SERS, which I must tell all the viewers out there, it is not very true, because according to statistics, it's only 4%, like what Kelly said, 4% of the HDBs out there will have a chance of getting SERS, getting en bloc. Yeah, so don't pin too much hope. I think private property got higher chance of getting en bloc.
Yeah, very slim chance. In fact, some of the I not really understand because some of my ex-colleague, one of my ex-colleague, he bought a HDB BTO flat with the wife. Okay, but he never stay inside the house. He renovate the house very nicely with marble flooring, all this, but he never stay inside the house. He stay together with the parent, and he doesn't want to rent out also. He said, I don't need the money, I don't have to rent it out. And he doesn't want to sell the house also. So what happened? What is the intention behind? I really don't understand. So waiting for the house to get older, you know, the price to depreciate, or
there's always
maybe
this myth. You remember when you meet your customer also have this passed down myth that saying that every Singaporean should own one HDB and never sell this HDB. Okay, the viewers out there, if you have heard this myth before, Singaporeans should always hold on to HDB and never sell. Can you just type yes inside? Yeah, at least we know whether is this a true thing, because I really heard this a lot of times. Kelly, you heard of this before?
Yes.
I think your friend, the one to sell.
Correct.
Send the link to him. Is he watching the Facebook Live?
Maybe I'll send it to him later with the recording.
A lot of this kind of people. Yeah.
Yeah. So I felt that he has wasted a lot of opportunity. Yeah. Because we actually need to need our hard-earned money to work harder for us. To prepare for retirement or to prepare for our children's this study fees, the cost, all this as well. Yeah. Okay, let us go back to here. Okay. So after selling this for 320,000, I exchanged for 2 private property. Okay. And further on, I actually invest another 2 more overseas property and one retail unit in Singapore. So this is how I started off with my investments journey. I actually diversify my investment, my property investment into different kind of property also. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I felt that if I never start off with my first selling of my HDB, I don't have all these chance. Looking back, yeah, looking backward to
Think about
year
it.
2008.
Think about it. The profit that you have been making. It is very tough to just save money and have this amount of down payment. So most of the time when I realize my investor, what they do is really also take the profit, multiply the property, use it as the down payment. How much can you save every year? In order to save 320,000, and most of them out there will take many years to have this down payment. Yeah. Anything else about your real estate journey?
I think that is all for the real estate journey at this moment. I stop sharing screen.
Okay. For the viewers out there, if you've got any questions for myself and Kelly, you can also put in the comments below. Okay, so we will take a look later. Yeah, maybe we'll answer one or two of them. All right, so you actually made profit from your HDB and also on your private property investment as well. But you must understand, at every market, there's always customers or buyers out there whereby they are a bit more fearful, a bit more cautious, or maybe I put it, they are very prudent about investing property. And most of the time, especially if you're a first-time investor, first-time buying a private property, you always have got this fear. Okay, actually, everybody also have when we buy our own property, we also sometimes quite fearful. We gotta check this, do all this research. Okay, but this somehow or rather stop a lot of people from taking action. Okay, is there any suggestion or tips, advice that you can share with the viewers out there? How do you see this as an approach?
Okay, maybe this had to go back a little bit to my first private property purchase. So question is when I own this HDB, I did actually go around to see private property. Okay, myself. Okay, so because I saw that my ex-classmate, uni classmate, they have already moved into private property. So some of them they buy EC. Because they are eligible, I'm not eligible. I cannot buy the brand new EC. So my question to me is how come they can buy? How come I cannot buy? Okay. So of course, back then my property is 220K. So when I look at what are the property price, what are the property out there available right now? What are the price? Okay. So I can see that there is actually a big jump. So even more than 100% of the increments, like 200K go to a 2-bedroom, it's about 5 to 700K, that kind of price range. And also, if I really want 3-bedroom, because I have this family planning, so I know that I will get children. So I don't want to go into 2-bedroom, but I want to buy 3-bedroom. So when come to talk about 3-bedroom, the price is even slightly more compared to the 2-bedroom back then for the private property. So the fear is, now I pay this HDB, I already need to take 30 years to pay. So if I buy 2 unit or 3 unit of this HDB, how am I going to pay for this amount? Yeah. So the thing is, I don't have enough knowledge. I don't have enough information. Okay. So I didn't actually. I think unlike now, now so many agents out there always reach out to their client to tell them that what they can actually do and help them to do financial planning, all this. So for me, it's 我没有那个 knowledge, I don't know what to do. So I only know I want to go to private property. How, that kind of thing. So
you got master degree, you say that you don't have the knowledge, very unlike you. So you say your academic that you have, okay, may not constitute to the investment knowledge that you have.
Correct. Yeah. So you notice that in school nobody teach us about investment, because I'm an engineer. So I every time study about this 𝐷𝐷𝐺𝐻𝐺, the Laplace transform or whatever things I already returned to my teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's us how to invest. Nobody teach us about real estate investment or this. So no one tell us. Okay, so that is how I started off with my first property is HDB. So when I see my classmate, they go into this private property, that is the time that actually knock on me and tell me that, hey, you should do something already. Yeah, so we further on go into that. Then we started off like doing careful, detailed financial calculation. As I mentioned early on, before we get started with this presentation, the holding power is actually very, very important. So with a careful and detailed financial calculation, you will be able to know that whether you can hold this house or not, in case of like anything happen. Yeah. So the detailed financial calculation is really, really very important. And the risk management is something that we should look into it also. Like for example, if let's say one of us lost the job because of like retrenchment, so how many more months down the road can we hold on to this property? Yeah, so that is something that is very important that every buyer should aware to calculate also.
So in terms of the risk management, I can just ask your point of view. Every time when you do such planning for yourself or you do planning for your customers, roughly how many months or years do you want them to put aside? Okay, in case of raining days, okay, at least they got the money. Or some of them actually not because they lose the job, they want to go for holiday for 6 months, 1 year. Okay, yet they don't want to sell their property. How much money should they put aside for all this?
Got people go for holiday for 6 months, 1 year.
You lah.
To me, I would always like to tell ask them when they tell me this, Kelly, I don't want to stress myself. I want to retire early. So I was like, huh? Now how old are you? You want to retire early? Isn't it you should even work harder now and also make your money work harder for you right now? Yeah, compared to like you do nothing, then you want to retire early. So do you have enough retirement funds to tahan you for the next 20 and 30 years? Have you calculated like how much do you need per month for the next 20 and 30 years? So I will always ask them this question. Yeah. So go back to the question you asked me. How many months is considered enough? I would feel that if safely maybe about 1 to 2 year funds is actually good enough. Yeah. But
so if the monthly installment is about $3,000, right? So probably about 70,000-80,000 for just in case you are not working, you go for holiday, you still got money to pay. And this doesn't have to be cash, right? It can be CPF, right? We can
the CPF, correct, because we can use CPF to pay the money installment also. And the reason why I say about 1 to 2 years also, because after you stay for a while, if let's say things really happens, at least it's like we can avoid the seller's stamp duty of 3 years. Yeah.
Okay.
But if for retrenchment, if you lost the job more than 6 months, I think the chance is quite slim. Like, correct. Because after 6 months, you should find a new job already. So I think 2 years is pretty safe.
Very safe. I think overly safe already. I felt maybe 6 months to 1 year is good from my point of view. 6 months to 1 year. 2 years a bit kiasu. Oh, kiasi. Yeah. Okay. Anything else to add, Kelly?
Okay. So I think the financial planning and also the risk management. I think one of the very important things I will always look into it is we should always buy this mortgage insurance also. Yeah, in case of anything happen to us, our family will have the money to sustain. So because they don't have to continue to pay this mortgage installment anymore.
Yeah, mortgage insurance is always to protect the family. I mean, it's never to protect us, whoever who buys the property. So remember, viewers out there, if you buy a property, you took up more commitments, more loan. I mean, it is always advisable to buy more insurance, buy mortgage insurance, etc. Okay. So I want to ask Kelly about her strategies. Okay, that's probably the reason why people are into this Facebook Live. Okay, so if you want to hear Kelly's strategy, can you just type Kelly inside the comments? Okay, so that Kelly will share her strategy. So I mean, there's a lot of things that we need to consider, okay, when investing in a property. But I just want you to just summarize what are your 3 most important investment strategy when coming to choosing a profitable property, yeah, creating wealth through real estate. You want to just share 3 of them?
3 most important strategy. Okay, let me share my screen. Yeah.
She done her homework already.
Yeah, very important three strategy, 3S strategy that I want to share with all of you. Okay. So for me, you can see that I started off with my first property purchase as soon as I actually graduate from university, as soon as we get married. So don't waste time. So if you already find your husband or your next half, so you better go and buy the property already. So my first strategy is always start as young as possible. Yeah. So come to think about it, every property cycle in Singapore will take about 10 years. Is that right? Correct? About 5 to 10 years, right? Yeah. So okay. Here about okay. So it's like 5 to 10 years. So our lifespan, our human lifespan is like how many years, how many cycle can we actually go on? So we don't have to waste, so we have to start as young as possible in the property investment.
Yeah, your internet a bit lagging.
A bit lagging. Okay. Okay.
So
now is that okay?
Yeah. Okay, you try. You go on.
Okay. So my point is like start as young as possible. Yeah. So don't waste time, because you can see that Singapore property price is always in the uptrend.
But what is the advantage of people buying property young? What's the difference if they buy at 30 years old and they buy at 45 years old, for example? What is the main difference? Oops.
Because of the TDSR, the total debt servicing ratio, okay, and also the maximum loan tenure we can go up to. Okay, so the maximum loan tenure right now is up to 65 years old, or capped at 30 years, whichever come first. Okay, so meaning that if you are 35 years old right now, okay, you can still go and take a loan of 30 years. But if you are 45 years old right now, you can only take a loan of 20 years. So it also means that in order to buy the same quantum, same amount, same price of property, compared to when you are 45 years old and 35 years old, so your monthly installments actually increase by a lot. Okay, so meaning that in order to buy the same quantum of this property at 45 years old, you need to have higher income. You need to have more higher income compared to when you are 35 years old. So the older you buy, then the amount of the price of the property that you can buy is actually lesser if you never have increment all this year. I'm not saying that no increment, but I'm just making a comparison. Yeah. So the younger age you buy, you can actually leverage on your age, on the property tenure, so that you can lower down your monthly installment, and that will also generate more income flow to you. Because when you are buying an investment with a lower monthly installment, okay, you can actually cover it with your this rental from the property. So your tenant will help you to pay your loan. You don't have to pay for it, right?
Okay,
so
I agree with you.
Also why a lot of buyers, a lot of investors, they are buying property right now in the market, because for property investment, we are looking at 2 factors. One is capital appreciation, and another one is our rental income. So having said that, a lot of people always complain, now rental not very good, less than 3% or quite low, cannot cover the monthly installment, all this. But not forgetting, cannot cover, but it still cover majority of these monthly installment, meaning that all this while, if you are hold on to this property for the 3 to 5 years kind of time frame, your tenant is actually helping you to reduce your principal amount. So this serve as a saving as well. Yeah. So which property, which investment can actually generate you with such a good yield during this period of time? Apart from rental income, we still have capital appreciation. Yeah, that is very good, isn't it? Yeah. So you can see that inflation is one of the factors that people are worrying. So when come to inflation, what are the things that have the most impact? Definitely is our house. Last time, I still heard some of my clients, they buy the property for less than 100K. Yuma, that is not my generation now. But I heard all the uncle auntie, wow, last time I buy which property only 80,000 only. Wow, got so cheap, I don't know. But you can see that 80,000 to nowadays 500K, and even 1.23 million. You can see that because of inflation, property price are always increased. Yeah. And then another impact because of inflation is also because of our transportation as well as our food. So we in Singapore, if you invest in car, it's liao lui because because our car will
your car quite big. You don't say car no good. Your car quite big also.
My business too. Okay,
but
so
I think
in terms of like investment point of view, so a lot of people know that car will depreciate because of the COE, all this. Yeah. So another thing is like food. Food also increased in price. Last time, one bowl of noodle in school only 20 cents, right?
I don't
20
know.
to 50 cents. Yeah, now my girl need to buy one bowl of noodle is $2. I say, hey, how come so expensive? You got buy a lot of candy, is it?
Oh,
So I still ask her this question.
Your
Yeah,
girl study 名校 different. Good school, the noodle more expensive. Good location, prime location, noodles more expensive. Yeah.
Got this kind of thing.
All right, so I think the first point that Kelly shared is really to start as young as possible. I think one reference point is really before 35 if you can, because you can stretch your tenure 30 years. Okay, then you can have lower installment. Okay, so when you got lower installment, like what Kelly said, also gives you much higher returns. Okay, good. First point, as young as you can. So if you need to take a photo, you take a photo now, do a print screen before Kelly go to the next point so that you remember what she shares. Ready for the second point, Kelly?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to add on because of the inflation, the three impact factor, which is the food, transportation, and house. You see, we can buy house to hedge against inflation, but can you store food as much as possible to hedge against inflation? You can't, right? The food will get rotten. So the best thing to buy is, of course, property. So start as young as possible.
Okay, this one I agree with you. Start as young as possible.
Right? Yeah. Okay, the next one is sell as soon as you make profit. Yeah, so I actually analyze especially for the resale market. So every property seem to have lifespan. So they will have a certain period that they will appreciate faster compared to the next period. Yeah, you can see that the appreciation will slow down when it get older. So my point is if you make profit already, you should actually sell as soon as possible. And the next movement is to take out this profit and invest in another property that can appreciate better, appreciate faster for you.
But I believe, Kelly, there's people who already make profit. But can you just elaborate a little bit more, as in how much profit is profit to you? Is 5% profit? Is 15% profit? Or it must be 50%, 100%, then it's called profit?
For me, okay, I would think that profit is depend on what you buy also. Because when you buy small, the house is smaller, you will get smaller profit compared to when you buy big. Yeah. So why I say that is like there is a lot of single, single out there. So they want to start off with property investment. So how to start off with that? Definitely in terms of like this saving, all this, they probably will not have enough to go for a bigger house. So instead of like not buying anything, not taking any action, they should actually buy a smaller unit first, like a 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom for investment purpose first. Okay, because like I mentioned just now, when you buy this 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, you can rent out this and you can collect rental. Your rental is helping you to reduce your this principal of your loan amount also. Yeah, so meaning that even though maybe the capital appreciation for this smaller unit is not that much, okay, but overall from the rental return, you still get quite a big sum, okay, compared to you don't do anything. Yeah.
So is there a percentage that you can share, like within how much you should start to open your eyes and see where else you can take this money out and buy already? Is there a certain percentage in terms of profit?
I felt like for 1 bedrooms, if they can get about like maybe 70K to 100K profit, yeah, so they can actually cash out already. So if they are buying this property for about 500K, so probably about like 20% or 15 to 20%, that kind of range. Yeah.
Okay, so they can either sell the 1 bed.
Sorry.
So you are encouraging them, if you can make that 70,000-80,000 cash out, buy a 2 bedroom, buy a bigger unit.
Yeah, buy a bigger unit. Yeah, because as you can see that the biggest unit that you buy, then when the property going up, then you will get more profit lah.
Okay. To the viewers out there, if you have got any questions about this, sell as soon as you make profit, okay, you can ask Kelly inside the comments. Okay. Anything else to share before you go to your third point, Kelly?
Actually, I just want to bring this point back to my own experience. Like when I buy this first property in 2008, and I sell this property at 2011, which is only 3 years apart. So I can choose not to do anything. Okay, I can choose not to sell. Okay, but I see the opportunity whereby if I sell this property, I can reinvest my profit into 2 property rather than holding on one property. Yeah, that's why I see one question. Got one friends here out there that she asked me whether I still hold on to my 2 property or not. Yes, I still hold on to it. Yeah.
Okay.
And perhaps it's a time to sell.
Okay. Maybe you can share your third strategy.
Okay, my third strategy is still linked back to what I have did yeah. Okay, which is always stay positive and stay invested. So don't go and like take out your profit already, then do nothing, go holiday, or downgrade to the HDB, fully pay it and do nothing, because we are still young. We can still grow as much as possible from reinvest into another property. Yeah.
I also see this trend. I mean, this is towards the older generation of Singaporeans. They generally have this mindset, right? I mean, nothing wrong, okay? There's a lot of people who actually do very well in their younger days, but they really have got this dream when they get older, when they retire. Their dream is to sell everything and move into a HDB property and fully pay. Do you have customers or friends like that? Is this what you will encourage as well?
I do have.
A lot.
Because en bloc owner, they're en bloc already, then they just go and buy a HDB, fully pay it, and then move into the HDB property. Yeah. Even though the HDB can be quite expensive, 1 million. The time when I selling Bishan, so I do remember the buyer who buy this property is those en bloc seller yeah. Okay. So they move into it. So of course, from my point of view, I can always share. I can only share with them about the investment, but ultimately the decision is still up to them. Yeah, I can't control them to make decision, but I can always share with them what they can do with that amount of money and so on.
But can I also say that if somebody who have got planned, for example, if they're going into retirement, yeah, as much as they stay positive, if the moment they go and buy into HDB, their investment journey considered stop already, right? Because your strategy number 3 is stay invested, ma. If, for example, if they're 65 years old, they decided to downgrade to HDB, can I say that it doesn't go in line with your wealth strategy, wealth creation strategy of staying invested?
For me, because there are some reason, because you must know when you buy the HDB, okay, you can't take a term loan from this HDB, even though you are fully paid, you have fully paid already, you can't take a term loan. So meaning that if anything happen, your fully paid HDB house can't help you to do anything if you don't sell this HDB. Yeah. So while for private property, let's say for example you buy it early in your early days, and when you have fully paid already, so anything happen you can still take a term loan out from this private property and help to cover this period of time lah. So that is why I'm coming from the investment point of view lah, to say that for HDB is not a good investment instrument. Yeah.
Okay. You want to elaborate a little bit on what is term loan and why only private property can take term loan and HDB they don't allow? Because maybe not all the viewers out there understand what is term loan, right? Only if you are into property investing, then you understand how term loan can be to your advantage, okay, when you own property. How is this? What is this term loan? You want to elaborate a little bit?
Okay, maybe I can share a little bit on what some of my clients have did. Okay, some of them, they have fully paid their property. Okay, so maybe at this moment they see that there's an opportunity for them to re-enter into buying something, some more property. Okay, but they don't have enough this down payment. So what they can do is remortgage the existing house. Okay, and they can actually take a certain amount out from this house. So which is, let's say for example, it's a fully paid property, they can take about 75% less of the CPF usage. So this amount can be quite a huge sum, and they can use this amount to pay the down payment for the next property investment. So isn't that help people own multiple property when you do not have any more savings? So I would say that it's a good opportunity that they can leverage on the first private property that they own. Yeah, compared to if your first private property is HDB, HDB does not allow you to take term loan at all. So you can't remortgage your HDB and take take an amount out from the HDB property lah. Yeah.
I agree with you. In fact, when I see all the property investor took up term loan, okay, just to multiply their property, and I know this is probably one of the winning formula that any property investor can adopt. Okay, these facilities, these banking facilities, okay, to cash out their money, take it out without selling their property, yet buying more properties. Yeah, so that's one of the way, like what Kelly shared, to multiply. Wow, any more things to share in terms of your wealth creation strategy? Any more slides?
I think that is all. Yeah, okay. I'm happy for all of you to join us today. Yeah, just want to wish.
I'm not going to let you go yet. Wait.
I don't want to let me go yet.
You can share your screen first. Okay, like all Facebook Live that I do, I will always ask for your recommendation. Okay, because I believe there's a lot of people who are going to buy something. Okay, so I want you to recommend. Do you have any projects or any deals out there in the market that you want customers to look into it? Okay, you think it is a good deal. If you're buying something, you will also buy this project. One only, one. You think it's the best one? Yeah.
But I got a lot of things to say leh.
But you say one project, I know you got a lot of things to share, but you just share one project that you think, okay, this is the project, the condo that you want to go in.
Oh, later you know, I'm in charge of so many projects, then I can only say one project.
Don't care about the company, don't care. It's your own point of view. What you think will make money is for the benefit of the viewers. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually, for me, I did do a search. I mean, for myself, for my family, like if I'm going to change house, change property, which one am I going to buy? So of course, currently I'm staying in a 3.5 property, and sorry, 3.5 bedroom, 3 plus study, 3 plus study. What did I say? 3 plus study. Okay, yeah, 3.5. Yeah, so I am thinking of to change to a better location, maybe like to a central location, something like that. So I actually do search around that area. So I see that this price for this property for the 3 bedroom is actually quite attractive. The price is actually quite low, yeah, compared to a lot of project out there, and also the facility amenity that the facility of the project is quite good also. There's a lot of facility as well as the amenity nearby is very comprehensive. Yeah, so everything are around the corner. So that is something that attract me. Yeah.
Hey, Ellie, your storytelling quite powerful. You say everything, but you just don't want to say the project name.
Okay.
Everybody is waiting to hear from you. What is the project?
Oh, the project is copper.
Copper, okay.
The reason why I look around the area is because I think it is very well connected. Yeah. So you want hospital, you want the enrichment class, shopping center are all around the corner, school are all around the corner. And you want to go north, it's very easy. How many? 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes, you can go to Punggol Sengkang or go to airport already. So it's very well connected, this location. And because of the price, I think most important is because of the price. It's not because of the price. I still got a lot of other choices.
Tell us more about the price. What about the price?
The 3 bedroom is like slightly above 2 mil, yeah, which is quite attractive lah.
Okay, 3 bedroom, 2 mil lah. Yeah, very attractive. Typically in District 9, a good 3 bedroom will cost at least a 3 mil and above. So this is, to you, is undervalued? Is it undervalued to you?
Sorry?
Is it underpriced, undervalued?
Yeah, I felt that. I felt the chances for this 3 bedroom to go up is very high chance.
All right. Okay. Anything else about the project that you want to share with the viewer before we end the sharing?
I think that's all. You only mentioned one project, right?
Only one project. Okay. If you agree with Kelly that copper is a good project, maybe you just type in the comment copper. Yeah. And for those buyers, you can explore with your salespeople. Yeah. If this is something that is favorable in terms of location, I think if you want something in District 9, okay, trust me, price point, they are very good. Yeah, very low in fact. Yeah, so this is one project that you can consider. Copper, K-O-P-A-R.
Copper, not copper.
Yeah, copper, the C-O-P-P-E-R, copper, yeah. Right, see, a lot of people agree, copper. Okay, any other questions from the viewer? You can type it inside. If you have got no question, maybe we will end it in the next 1 minute. Okay, I believe every one of y'all have benefited, okay, from Kelly's sharing. Okay, if you are somebody who learned something from Kelly or from this live event, can you just, okay, say thank you to Kelly inside my comments? Yeah. Okay, Kelly, anything else?
I wish everyone enjoy the session with us, and wish everyone can stay positive, stay home, stay invested and take action early, okay, as younger as possible.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. If you're still listening to our live, thank you very much. Okay. It's after 10 p.m. now. If you can help us share this event, it will be good for us. Okay. Hopefully the next live event, more people can be engaged. Okay. And if you have got any suggestions, okay, if you want to hear anything about property, put inside the comments as well. Later on, I will go and take a look. Okay, what other topics that you would like myself or any subject matter expert that I can go and find for you. I will try to bring this topic back onto Facebook Live. Okay, so I think it's a very new way of doing business. I felt I'm very grateful to have Kelly, okay, coming here to share her property journey. And you see, property journey is something whereby sometimes only we share with close friends, okay, but for the benefit of our viewers, now we actually put it on Facebook Live. To me, nothing to hide. Yeah, so I think very generous of Kelly. Okay, can we give her another big round of applause? Okay, thank you, Kelly. Thank you very much. Okay, 请你吃饭, yeah. Okay, so I see you soon. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna end the meeting, yeah.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.